Everyone, Artysan here and welcome for a new video. So in today's video we are going to cover the match number 1 of season 12. I'm really excited about this video. It's midnight but I still have a bunch of energy, so let's get into it. So before we start into the results of the encounter against Mad, because we started strong with Mad of course, I wanted to give some context. So the early season 12, so 2 days ago, it has been a little bit chaotic. We got the announcement after the gauntlet that the Pantheon buff was going to be removed before the season starts. They did announce the update. They did announce also that we are going to get one of the 3 captain on the chest things that we got, but a little bit later than we were expecting. So we had a few days between the gauntlet and the season starts to build defenses, but building defenses with this huge Pantheon buff has been a disaster, and you are going to see that in this video because it's impossible to create defenses with overtuned demons because everything was getting destroyed by everything. So it has been kind of a surprise to see the update coming a few minutes before the season starts and getting into the match number 1 of season 12 without really solidified defenses on both sides. So now let's get into it. So we have been matching against Mad. We still have 1 hour left. We still have a few attacks left, and as you can see, we did do a great job. We, for the first time, and them for the first time, broke the bubbles. So as you can see, both bubbles are opened on both sides, and the bot has not been touched. So that's a pretty great thing. And as you can see, we have 13%. So we are not talking about 0.3% from Gauntlet. We are talking about a 2 digits difference. So we are pretty proud of that. But I don't want to brag too much because the little story behind is that Mad did break our bubble first, so kudos to all of you because it has been impressive to see your attack going that fast. The thing is that they broke the bubbles. They had 3 attacks left when the bubble was broken. Ours attack, I think we had 35 attack left when we entered the bubble, so it was a little bit easier to kind of clean up the rest. But for the little side story, I want to show you something. So that was the screenshot that I took when they had only 1 team left, or when we had 1 team left, and this team was Ron's team. And when I saw that, this like little keep by itself, not fully on fire, everything else was on fire, it made me think about this thing, and I'm sure that the French people, the French viewers are going to laugh at that. It looks like Asterix, that it's a BD, a manga, a French manga, that have this little like city in France that is resisting the Italian, the Roman. So that's kind of a fun fact about that, and that made me think about this story. So I wanted to share that. So as you can see, we are currently at 23.3% against 10%. They don't have attack left. We still have 3 left. We might be able to clean up a little bit more. We'll see. 1 attack is going right now. And they still have a few with Onslaught and Fabo. But we are going to jump into it. This match has been really interesting. As you are going to see, we have been not using that much growth and the slaughter. It has not been the MVP. The MVP of this match has been Glacius with the Ice Rat and the Ice Golem. The new captain also has been really interesting, but really the MVP demons of this match has been Glacius. Is just insane. And I think it did help to break a lot of defenses. So let's get into it. So we're going to start with the Stronghold number 1, and we're going to start with easy. As you can see, they had a few defenses that are the same, so I'm going to try to cover most of them and cover a few of their members because they still created really strong defenses. So we're going to start with the team number 2 with Malvira. Ezareth, Imrat, Lily, and Velis. And we're going to highlight Clark Kent on this attack. So to start strong, we're going to start with a growth attack without captains. So that's important. With captain, it would have been even better, but I just wanted to also show some attacks that doesn't require captain all the time. So you start with the fall. The first fall is going to bet everyone, so everyone's ultimate. Then you go with the spider plus growth plus rat. The goal there is to get the spider feeding your growth, then your rat healing the growth a little bit. And then from there, you are finishing up the fight with 2 runners that are going to go fast, while Velis is off ultimate. So this one is a pretty good strat. I'm sure you can use it on a lot of scenarios. You can leverage also the dogs instead of the runners if you want, but that's a really good stat there. Now we're going to get to Gideonic. So also I wanted to highlight, Mad have 4 new players. They have Gideonic, they have Tsuchi, they have Jamie, and they have another one that is Gort. So get 4 new members to start this season, so that will be really interesting to see what they are coming up with. But yeah, I wanted to highlight that as well. We're going to get to Gideonic. So these defenses was so, like, visually so strange, because like he's using all the spots at the top left of the screen. And we are going to get with the attack from Visa, leveraging as well the captain. So that's, I think, the 2 or the 3 only attack that I'm going to showcase with growth and with the captain, or without the captain. All the rest is going to be slightly different. So we are starting with the Fool, then the Necro. Then the Necro are going to like kind of stop the Fool to move too fast. Then you are going to get with the Rats and with the Growth. The goal there is to also have the Necro starting to continue to feed the growth. It's something that we didn't saw in the past. The Necro feeding has not been something that we are usually seeing. We are usually seeing spider feeding, abyss feeding, rats feeding the growth, but not the Necros. We maybe did that a few times, but not that often. But for this strat, because they are so back down on the map, it has been a really good idea. So GG on this strat. Now we are going to get into the Stronghold number 2, and we are going to cover the team from Ninith. So we are going to take the team number 2 from Ninith. There we go, Stronghold number 2. And let's get into this one. So this one is, you will see a lot of defenses placed that way. So you will see a lot of Neja and Valara placed exactly like this, and after you will have a lot of different combinations, and we are going to cover a few of them. The healer could be placed at the bottom like it is right now with Carnelian, or it can be placed on the left side, so just behind Valara, but you are going to see other defenses doing that. And after you have Boreas as a DPS and also blocking the healing from growth. You have Cyrus, but you could have other champions that we are going to cover as well. So let's get into the attack from Chaos on this one. Again, I lied. It's the 3rd one, and I think it's on the only one that I'm going to showcase with growth. So this one is a pretty basic one. So we are going to start with the Rats. The main goal there is to trigger the ultimate. The Rats are doing nothing. They are just triggering Neja and Valara. So you can go with your first wave with the spiders and with the growth, and then with a second wave of spiders without getting fully on with the 2 ultimate from Neja and Valara. Then you go with the second wave with the Rats plus a growth. The goal there is to get there. The main issue with this team is that it has so much pushback. The pushback from Valara plus the DPS from Neja is really, really strong. So it has been a really difficult team to handle. As you can see, even the captain has a little bit of struggle because Carnelian, if she's proccing really well, she's not going to let you pass. Even if it's a DPS, they will be able to tank your DPS, your demons. So that's been kind of interesting there. So now we're going to get into Cobalt, Cobalt, and we're going to show his team number 2, and I'm going to give a huge first shout out to Artysan. I'm going to start to do that a little bit more often on my videos. I will really like to highlight the work of my teammates. They have been doing an incredible job finding new strats, being creative. So the first one is coming for you, Artysan. Great job and shout out on this one. So this defense is really hard. That's against one of the top player of the game, if not the top player of the game. Cobalt have the best demons in the game, probably the best gear in the game. So that's a really always a challenging player to go against. So we're going to get with Radagast using the strat from Artysan. And you will see that it's the first attack that is highlighting Glacius, one of many in this video. So the strat there, it's to wait 3 minutes and 2 as usual to be able to get directly from the get-go the marks from Lady Alexandra. You are going to start with the rare tank, then you go with the Ice Golem. You get with Glacius that's going to go behind your Ice Golem. Then you are going to stack up the other rare tanks so they can take the mark from Lady Alexandra's instead of the Golem, the Ice Golem and Glacius. And as you can see, with the doggies that went through that as well, you were able to kind of swarm the defense with the ice from Glacius and the Ice Golem and to sneak through a few doggies and a tank to get the win. So great job again, Artysan on this one. So now we're going to get into the Stronghold number 3, and we are going to start with Koza. So we're going to get with Kozalith with this defense. So this defense is also really strong. We have Cyrus, Valara, Count Dracula, Durza, and Carnelian. And we are going to highlight the defense, the attack used by Baby Groot. And that does highlight the first attack with the captain on our side. The new captain is also really, and I'm going to freeze there, the new captain is also really complex to play. Not complex, but you have mechanics that you have to learn to be able to use it properly. So I'm going to cover a follow-up video this weekend just showcasing the new captain. She has 2 different forms, but you cannot switch the forms when you are selecting her, so you need to select her. Select the form before you start the match, and both forms have their advantages. One is going to help you on physical damage, one is going to help you on magical damage, and you also have to trigger the ultimate of the captain. The other captain doesn't have that, but for the new captain it's like a champions that have an ultimate, so you have to click on the ultimate to work, otherwise it's not going to work. So that's something that I'm going to cover in a follow-up video and get back into it now. So what you are starting with the full, with the new captain going after. The main goal there is to be able to still keep the new captain tanking and surviving as long as you can. Then you get with 1 pair of Sin, then the doggies, and you are good to go. One of the things there is the captain was able to tank everything without really dying because the fool was also there, but also the attack from Count Dracula was targeting her instead of targeting anything else. So as you saw, they were able to sneak through. The Sin did bring some overwhelm to the defense. Then the dogs were able to get through really easily. So now we're going to get to buff Kigiri, and buff Kigiri I wanted to showcase the team number 2. So as you can see, it's a really similar setup. We have Count Dracula instead of Valara into this defense. You see that the Carnelian is on the left and not at the bottom like before, and Boreas has been replaced by Nastia on this one, and the tank is Torodor. So let's get into that. And we are going to get with Big C, and I'm pretty sure that Big C did create this strat. So congrats to you, Bixia. It's really fun to play with you, and you are coming with some crazy strat all the time as well. So you are starting with the full and the epic tank, the physical tank. Then you get into a second one, and the goal there is to try to overwhelm as fast as you can. So you see you have one epic rare tank, and as soon as they put contact with the Torodor, meaning that Torodor is using 3 of his block with the tanks, then you time your doggies to avoid the ultimate from Neja, because it's the only thing that's really matter there, to be able to sneak your dogs and get the win. Now we are going to get into Gort's defense. Gort's new player in MAD, and we're going to cover the team number 2. So the team number 2 is a little bit different. Again, as you can see, it's different variations. You have Neja and Valara again, as we saw before, but this time you have Torodor instead of Cyrus like before. You have Nastia instead of Boreas, and you have the Carnelian that is at the bottom. So we're going to highlight Leopork attack. On this one, you will see that the captain with the growths are like enough, I will say. The DPS is not high enough, and having Torodor, the thing with Torodor is that if it was Cat Grim, it will not have worked, because Cat Grim do tank really well, and it does let the growths not coming through. So you usually have to use either the new captain or the Glacius against Cat Grim for most of the cases that we saw. But for this one, it worked really well, because with Torodor, usually we can get the lives really fast. And you see the pushback from Valara. It's why Valara is so good into this map, because, and into these placements especially, because she's doing so much pushback that Neja have the time to recharge the ultimate and to go again and to usually clean everything. It happened to me with Cobalt. One of his defense was really similar, and he just pushed me back. No, Cobalt was not this one, it was another one, pushing back all the time, and I got destroyed that way. So that was not really fun. Now we are going to get into our friend Destined. So we have these little competitions now. Like, I saw that he did his first GVG video a few days ago to cover the finale of the Gauntlet, where he was thinking that we're the dummies from MAD. So we had to prove him wrong. And again, I love you, Destined. But the 2 defenses that he had were really strong. This one was insane. It was not a fun defense, so GG Destined on this one. With Airless, Ingrid, Imrats, Neja, and Cat Grim. This one was not fun. We spent some time to be able to break it. And I'm going to showcase the defense, the attack from our guild leader, Diochan Airmax. So for this one, we saw that the Glacius was really important, but also the Ice Dog. So the Ice Dog needs to be level 7, because they get a magic damage reduction of 25%. That is really important into this attack. So as you can see, you have the full, then you get the Ice Golem, you get the Glacius, and you need to time your Ice Rats really well, so they can overwhelm and go through and get the win. So this defenses is insane. The level of the demons of the champions that Destined have in his account is also insane. So it needed really big eater to be able to make this strat work. But we did that without losing anything. So great job, Airmax and Nicolas on this one. The second one that we're going to cover, we're going to also cover the second defense from Destined, because they were pretty good this time. We are going to get the Torodor, Ezareth, Velis, Belzebuth, and Carnelian. And we are going to highlight the attack from Chaos. So on this one, as you can see, we were still able to grow our way in. We didn't need anything else, so it worked really well. The strat is pretty basic. We're going to start with the full, then with the growths, then with the spider, then followed by the rats, And then we're going to have a second round exactly like that. So the thing with these kind of defenses, they don't have any anti-healing. You have Velis that have the stun, but that's not that big of a deal. You have Torodor that have only 3 lives most of the time, and it's usually easy with the second wave because they will probably get, the first wave is probably going to kill 2 times Torodor. The second growth is going to be able to go through and to kill the second wave, and then from there you can just go with your runners. They are going to be saved, and as you can see, the fool was also already still alive, so he was still able to like put the shield when they're passing by to make sure that they are not getting killed. So that was a pretty good one. So now we're going to get into the keep, and we're going to get to our friends Waxpo that I love. And we're going to start with his first defense and show the second defense after that. So the first one is with Torodor, Velis, Beelzebub, Ezareth, and Carnelian. And we're going to highlight the team from... I think we already showed that. No, we already showed this one. So this one is the basic one with the Fool, with the Growths, with the Necro, etc, etc. So we're not going to show that again. But we're going to show the second one that was really good. His gear was insane. I asked him, the rage regain that he put on his team and the attack speed that he put on his team was really, really high. When we practice, when we set up this team and we practice, it was not at all like that. It was really, really complex. So for this one, the strat was to really time perfectly the dogs with Maria. You will see that on the attack. I did reproduce the attack, so I'm going to show you mine. But again, you are going to see it's a Glacius attack. It doesn't require the doggies, the ice doggies to be level 7 because I'm not going to use them. So what you have there is you have the Fool, so it's the epic Fool, the ice Fool, with the ice golem. Then you have Glacius coming up. And here you need to time, so I will freeze there. You need to time perfectly with the Mary. So the 3 dogs, as you can see, like the 3 dogs here are going to sneak through to not get ult by Mary. So some are going to be ult, as you can see, here we go. And the others are going to pass through. So this one I timed it a little bit too early, and it's why it happened like that, and I could have got killed with the last doggies with the thunder from Pretus. My second attack against Waxpo was seamless, and I got 5 dogs went through because I just did the attack a little bit differently. So we are going to continue. And we are going to get into the Stronghold number 4 to finish the video. Let's check the score. We are at 8%. We are done with the attacks. So we are officially the winner of the match 1 of season 12. 23.3 against 8. It does mean we have a 15.3% difference. That's pretty huge. So let's get back into it. We are going to get into Dalex, and we're going to showcase the team number 1. So the team number 1, as you can see, is a little bit different. The Valara is it instead of Neja. You have Imret, you have Cad, you have Pop, and you have Elisa. And for this strat, I'm going to give a huge shout out to Aizen. By the way, before we continue, let's get back to Waxpo. On this strat that I show you also on the first Stronghold was made by Olivera on our guild, so great shout out to Olivera to come with the Necro, Growths, and Slaughter technique. So now let's get back into it. We're going to get into Dalex, and for this one I'm going to give a huge shout out to Aizen again for this strat, and I'm going to showcase the strat from Cashman. So this one was beautiful. They had 4 defenses like this, and it was beautifully working. So what you have to do, you have to do the captain. The captain is going to tank just alone by herself. Then you get Spider plus the bombs. Then So the only thing that's missed here is that when the spider and the bomb are coming next to the captain, you have to ult the captain. You have to like prompt her ultimate to make them invisible for the damage, and at full cost you bring the spider, so the spider and the bombs can sneak through, and as you can see, they did kill Valara, they did kill the pop, and then the Imrats did lost 1 life, and the doggies were able to go through. So this one we used it a lot. I think we cleaned 4 or 5 of their teams with this strat. So yeah, really great job Artysan on finding that. It was beautiful strats. And then we are going to go with the 2 last attack of this video with Rhyme. That is usually Rhyme, but he just tweak his name again. And we are going to start with the team number 1 and then the team number 2. So for the team number 1, we are going to give a huge shout out to Big C for this strat. The defense is Pop, Valara, Lady Alexandra, Airless, and Cat Grim. And we're going to give a huge shout out to Big C for this 3 demons attack. That is insane at this level to go with a 3 demons attack. When we saw the attacks going from this using this strat, we was like, come on, you could have bring more just in case. It's like, no, it's not needed. 3 is enough. So as you can see, he's getting the full plus the Pharaoh, and with the 2 Pharaoh, they were able to be enough to be able to sneak 3 doggies through and get the win. So this strat was insane. So great job again, Big C. It has been a really fun one. And we are going to end up with the team number 2 from Rhyme. And this one is composed of Neja, Ingrid, Carnelian, Wukong, and Torodor. So it's a really special combination that we didn't saw before. And this one is going to Alexandros. Big shout out to Alexandros for this strat that he put together, and you will see it's a beautiful strat. It's exactly what we expect from Alexandros. Alexandros loved the lightning guard, so he was able to use that again here, and also using the benches. So you're going to start with the benches. The benches, the first one, are mostly going to trigger everything, triggering Neja, triggering everyone, everyone, not that many because Torodor and Wukong cannot really do anything there. So the strat there is to get just in time for Neja ultimate to finish. So you can have 1 healer that can help the lightning guard to go through, then a second healer that is going to keep them alive. And from there, as soon as you don't have Wukong and Neja into place, and that's a pretty easy one because the DPS is almost null just with Ingrid, and you can pass through really well. And that will be the end of this video. So I really hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please like and subscribe. I would really love the support. Please tell me if you want me to adapt some other way of doing this video moving forward, because we're entering a new season. So please raise anything that you want on the comments below. Again, huge shout out to the DragonShire to getting back into the season 12 really strong. We're going to show the result again. And also great job Mad for opening our bubbles for the first time ever so fast today. So yeah, great job to you folks. It has been a really impressive match, and I'm really happy that you found a lot of really good members. So yeah, looking forward our next match together. As you can see, we only have Fabo left, so I should show again the little village Gaulois that's have only Fabo left on this one. But yeah, great job team, and looking forward our next encounter. See you soon. Bye bye.